on to this, the final round of Super League for 2023. So much at stake going into this one. And of course, it all kicks off with this dead rubber. So we'll get this one out of the way pretty quickly. The Leeds Rhinos, of course, taking on the Castleford Tigers. Castleford going for 3 wins against the Leeds Rhinos this year. How they would love to end their season in that way. Can Leeds bounce back? Morale must be absolutely on the floor. Imagine
rock bottom.
Leeds
rock bottom.
if they don't win this one. Oh, toxicity. Where's Britney Spears when you need her? Castleford 1-8. Gary Schofield has gone for this one. He sees it going the way of Tigers. Whilst Greg's thinking, Joe, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, do you know, I can't believe I'm saying this. All day long you'd have said Leeds, wouldn't you? But I'm going to go for Cass, I think, 1-8, yeah. There's too much upset in the camp. I just don't see any continuity because there hasn't been really, has there?
No. Well, I mean, it's 50-50 in the form at the minute. Obviously, I'll take the official poll on Thursday. At the moment, it's 50-50 in terms of Leeds or Cass on this one. Greg, where are you going with this, mate?
Rough one, this. Tougher than it should be.
Yeah.
Rhinos all day long, you think?
Yeah.
They're at home.
Yeah.
Castleford haven't had a great season.
No.
Leeds have just been embarrassed by Catalan.
Yeah.
But like you say, I think there's an underlying factor, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cass win this 9-17. I've got to go out there now. I've got nothing to lose. I'm finishing bottom or I'm finishing top. I've got nothing to lose.
Well,
I'm going Castleford 9-17.
Mate, you say that, I'm with you. I've gone Cass 9-17. That's at the moment, that's 3 of us. Us, myself, you, and Gary Schofield locked in for a Castleford win at Headingley in round 27. Who'd have thought that at the start of the season? Right. From there, we go to this one. Now things start getting meaningful. Wakefield, for me, completely and utterly shocked after that league game. No surprises. Gary Schofield going KR 1-8 by 18 plus. I'm going KR 18 plus. Greg?
KR 18 plus. Be stunned. Be stunned if it's anything less than that.
Yeah, Joel?
Yeah, there's no more fuel in the furnace. It's a 18 pluser.
Right. Yeah. So on that basis, then it's then over to the big one on Friday night, where there's so many connotations in terms of the top part of the playoffs. Lee against Wigan. Wigan 2 from 2 against Lee going into this game. We're saying that KR are going to win, and they're going to win big. That means that Lee, for me personally, have to beat the Wigan Warriors, or they will be going to Craven Park for that first playoff game. Wigan have to win to make sure that they get the League Leaders Shield. It's a fascinating game, this, on Friday. This one, well, it should be a belter here because both teams have played some superb rugby league this year. Gary Schofield, he sees this Wigan 18 plus. I can see why, based on previous games between these two this season. You do feel Lee need to start showing some sort of form, or else the season might just peter out, albeit they'll have took the Challenge Cup all day long at the start of the season. Schofield 18 plus. I'm going Wigan 9-17. Greg?
Interesting one, this. I am going Lee 9-17.
Wow, that's a big shout.
I am.
That's a big
I am
shout.
going Lee 9-17.
Yeah. Well, the forum at the moment live on.
And my reasons will become clear as we go through.
Go on. Oh, just so
I will talk you through my reasons as we go through the game.
You're just leaving that in the ether.
I'm doing an EastEnders.
Fantastic, lovely stuff. Steph Sales obviously delighted with you on that one. Kev Wobble, saying Wigan by 18. Freddie McGilvey, Wigan 1-8. A lot of love for Wigan in the chat. I have to say, the fans forum on the official poll on our Facebook fans forum at the moment, they're all backing Wigan as well.
Plus, I've got nothing to lose. You've got
nothing to lose.
Yeah.
The wave of opinion, other than your good self, Greg. Joe, where are you going?
So there can only be 2 ways of this. If Lee are going to win, it's going to be within 1 or 2 points. If Wigan win, it's going to be an 18-pluser. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with because of what I've said. I'm going to go with Wigan 9-17, but I think it's more of a Lee are going to view this as their biggest game ever.
Yeah. Oh, it's a biggie. I think the atmosphere is so.
I think this for Lee is bigger than the cup final.
Massive. Well, I think, if Lee were to do what, like I say, the waiver of opinion, Greg, is against yourself, which is,
nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose.
But if Lee were to win this, it could galvanise them. Because at the moment, I just see Lee petering out a little bit. And, with the size of the squad and the emotion of the Challenge Cup and all the rest of it, there's no failure in that. But I just see Lee just bobbing along a little bit at the moment. If they was to do the unthinkable and beat Wigan, and Wigan not to win the Shield, I mean, would the season get any better for Lee? Win the Challenge Cup, stop Wigan winning the Shield. Wow, what a season that'd be for Lee Leopards. But if they did, it could actually spur them on as they go into the playoffs. It could be quite profound in that way. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one pans out. Go on, mate.
The biggest thing for me is that Lee and Wigan play so very similar. So the question is, who's going to counteract or get on top of the other?
Yeah.
Wigan have been exceptional against Lee this season in the 2 games they played already. Hard to back against Wigan, especially considering the way they're playing as well. But hey ho. So that would pretty much, the waiver of opinion at the moment is Wigan would win the Shield. However, Catalan have got to go to Salford and do their job to give themselves any chance of winning the Shield. And not just that, don't get me wrong, it's highly improbable. But that second spot isn't done and dusted either.
No.
It's not done and dusted. If Salford were to beat Catalan, I think if they did beat Catalan, it'd be no more than 9-17. I can't see them blowing Catalan away. But you could see Saints blowing FC away. So this is, again, from a Catalan perspective, you do feel they need that home semi-final game. If they was to achieve that, it doesn't matter what Warrington do at Huddersfield, because Warrington would get in through the back door anyway. So again, this is another one of those games where this is why I've put Warrington, Huddersfield at the bottom of the totem pole, because actually this one takes precedent. I actually think that this will probably determine if Warrington get into that.
Yeah, and it will. I think it will.
So on that basis, Gary Schofield, he has actually gone Salford 1-8.
Wow.
Which I think is unbelievable. I'm going Catalan 9-17. Joel, I'll start with you. Where are you going?
It's not a blowout. I agree with you, Dave. 9-17 for Cats.
You're for Catalan, yeah? You're going 9-17, yeah?
Yeah.
And Greg, go on, mate.
Well, I hate to say this, but I'm going 9-17 Catalan.
You're going the same, yeah?
Yeah. Catalan have got their mojo back.
Right.
Albeit against a poor Leeds team, but they'll be brimming with confidence. And
So on that basis, you believe Catalan will win the Shield? On that basis?
Well, let's just talk about the Saints game.
Okay. We go to the Saints game. Saints take on Hull FC. Again, you saw what happened. I mean, Huddersfield beating FC. I think FC 18 plus Saints for me. Gary Schofield's got 18 plus Saints. Joel, before we get the eulogy, go on.
Yeah, it's a cricket score. It's going to be 18 plus for Saints.
Yeah. Right, okay, Greg, talk us through your mindset.
You want a eulogy?
Go on, sir. Go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today. Saints 18 plus. Saints and Catalan, the top 2.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be, would they? Because they would, wouldn't they? Course,
yeah, Saints and Catalan top 2.
Yeah, they would. So you believe Wigan will lose at Lee, and it'll be Catalan first, Saints second.
Yeah.
Wow.
How else, ladies and gentlemen, will we have a Tompkins Roby grand final?
Wow. Unbelievable.
That is what I'm predicting.
I'm predicting wooden spoon.
Wow.
I'm predicting a Tompkins versus Roby grand final.
Wow.
Catalan Saints.
I will bow to your knowledge, sir, if you're right.
It's not knowledge, it's just the fluence.
Yeah, I just think but hey, who knows?
It's just,
but yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Joel, do you think Greg's you want to pattern what Greg's on, or
I think it's quite amazing that you've been speechless, Dave, to be honest with you.
I wasn't expecting that. I have to say
what?
that is
I
mad.
would not be surprised if we have a Catalan Saints grand final.
I think it's a good thing that we're struggling to call it, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm feeling at this moment in time, that it's a Saints Catalan grand final.
Fair enough.
Oh, see, I'm going Lee Catalan.
I wish it would be. I really if Warrington aren't going to get there, I wish it could be a Lee Catalan. I just think it's going to be a Catalan Saints grand final.
I feel like, I don't know why, and I know Wigan are absolutely immense, but I just feel like, when they get to it, are they going to think we've done it far too many times? It's a bit of a shoe-in. I know they're too professional for that, but is there an element of that at some point? A league just that good now? There might be.
Well, it's happened to Saints in the past, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's happened time and time again, mate. And like I say, you wouldn't. I think for me, in terms of that top two, you wouldn't.
I just get the feeling that it's written in the stars that Roby's retiring, Tompkins is retiring. I just get this feeling that a Tompkins versus Roby grand final. Just
wow. Like I say, I don't see that, but
be interesting to see what the chat says about that. I might be talking out of turn. They might disagree with me totally, but I just get this feeling that two major stars of the game, whether we like them or not, no matter what we think of them, they've got their chance to bow out on the biggest stage in rugby league, and that's what I think is going to happen.
I think the biggest, as we're sitting here now, I think the biggest problem, I think, for Wigan, because I think Wigan will win the Shield. I think they will. That's my view. And on that basis, they're probably, and Steph won't like me saying this, they're probably going to play KR in the semi. And that could be an Achilles heel for Wigan.
Yeah, see, that's really could. We're not thinking about the quarters and semi, like the semi of it. Yeah, that's a big.
I think KR, Wigan. KR did a number on them in the cup. Saints. I'll be honest with you. If I'm Saints, would I want to play Catalan in the semi-final, or would I want to play Wigan away?
Well, if they finish top, they'll have a home game. If they finish first or second, they'll have a home game.
That's your view, and I get that. But just playing mine out for a minute.
Oh,
so KR Wigan, Catalan Saints. Who would you rather play?
Well, you're discounting Warrington and Lee there, mate.
I just think Lee, even though they were really good against Saints, and that was a level up in terms of intensity. I think Lee now will struggle. I think in the playoffs, based on current form. I could be wrong, but based on current form, they seem a bit up and down. And when you get to playoff rugby league, you can't afford to be in that type of form. I'm backing KR because they seem to be hitting the straps. Catalan, I reserve judgment until this week, but if they can have a convincing win against Salford, they're hitting the straps. St Helens have hit their straps. Wigan have hit their straps. Those four teams at the moment will all be going into the playoffs with consistency and wins against the name. And that's why those four, for me, are the four that'll contest the semis.
So, Dave, play it out like you said then. Is there any chance because of the season starter that Saints had, is there any single doubt in their mind? Because for these past few years, there hasn't been any doubt because they've just won pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Whereas this year, they have been found out more than once, and it can't be just the beginning of the year because of the World Cup, because they had plenty of time after that. They just hit the straps and then started to play.
Yeah. I think the semis will be fascinating, mate. I think if those are the 4 teams that compete in the semi-finals, those two semis, providing both teams turn up, which is always the case, but in the same spirit of the Leeds Saints game, where they both turned up, where we've had games like that. The two semi-finals of the Challenge Cup where both teams turned up. If those are the semi-finals and they turn up, we're in for a treat, and they could go either way, because there's not an awful lot, as the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup proved, between those 4 sides, and being dismissive of Catalan at this point, because Catalan, of course, weren't in the semis, but Catalan, Saints, Wigan, and KR, if they are the semis and they all turn up, wow, it could go either way.
I can't discount Catalan.
What?
Can't discount Catalan for being in the semi-finals.
No, they will be. I think Catalan will be. They'll be second, so they'll be straight in. Saints and KR will qualify from the first round of the playoffs. Catalan and Wigan will be first. Catalan second. Saints third. They'll beat Warrington.
No, I think Saints or Catalan top 2. Wigan third. Lee, KR, Warrington. Warrington go to Wigan. Warrington lose.
No, they go to Saints, mate. Warrington go to Saints. 4th place, 6th.
Not if Saints finish top 2.
No, it's
third,
place 6, yeah.
Yeah. So Wigan, Warrington. Wigan win.
Yeah.
KR or Lee, whichever way round. Whoever wins that, and I think it's a Catalan Saints final.
Fair enough. So you're going Catalan Saints. I'm going to stick my neck out. I've been saying all year, new name on the trophy. I'm just gonna go. Let's go out there. Catalan Hull KR final. I'll go out there. Catalan Hull KR final. Joel,
you just done a spanner. It works there. I was looking at the league table, and as it stands now, there's a very good chance that Hull KR or Catalan could make it to the final, right? So that's a big one. I hope what Steph said in the chat is going to be true, that when Lee do get to the final and play Catalan and beat them, I'll be not having to buy any drinks. That'd be great. Thanks, Steph. Cheers, pal. But yeah, I don't know. I think with Lee, it's a shame because there definitely wouldn't be a Lee KR final. That's an absolute given. If it was as it is right now, that's an absolute given because Lee and KR would play each other, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But I think Lee know that they've had an amazing year and they want to run with that as best they can, because it doesn't mean to say it's not guaranteed that they're going to keep getting this success all the time. They've not been in Super League long enough yet for us to know that. So I think they're going to run with everything they've got and try and get into that final. And they've got the players to do it. I just don't see Saints being in that final for the first time. I think 5 times round is just too many.
But isn't it mad? All 3 of us now have said Saints aren't going to be in the final.
Yeah.
I've said Saints Catalan.
Oh, you've said so. Yeah, you've said Saints Catalan. Yeah, you've said Saints
Catalan. I'm convinced Saints Catalan.
I'm going to say Lee Catalan, but we've all agreed that Catalan's in final, right?
I think. Do you know what I mean? As good as Wigan have been post being knocked out the Challenge Cup, I think over the course of the season, look, there's an argument. I mean, myself and Greg, we have big issues with. I think I don't know if you agree, Joel. Whoever wins the league wins the league for me. Yeah. And then it's a Premiership. It's the cherry on top.
It's an end of season playoff.
It's that's the way I see it. And so on that basis, the two teams that deserve to be in the grand final are first and second, whoever are first and second. That's just the way it is. But yeah, I think Catalan for me, Catalan more so because everybody wrote them off at the start of this season, and his acquisitions and the way they have played has caught us all by surprise. Lee have done the same, but Lee, of course, have had the Challenge Cup. They're delighted with that. I think every neutral in Super League's delighted with that.
Yeah.
I think on the basis that we all wrote Catalan off, and we did, it would be fitting for Catalan to go.
The reason why I don't think Lee or KR will get there is because they will have played every single game of the season.
Yeah.
It caught up with Warrington when they played every game of the season. Yeah. They couldn't get over the line. Certain teams can get over that line and play every game of the season and win.
Champion teams. Yeah.
There's just one more factor to that, though.
Go on.
That Hull KR have started the ball rolling very quickly at the perfect time. They
have. I agree with you, Joe.
The other teams have kind of been up and down a bit all season, really. They've had good patches, bad patches. Hull haven't been bad. They've just got a lot better. And it's now they've been stuck in second and third gear all season. And now they're thinking, right, fourth, fifth, and sixth, let's start steaming ahead.
Yeah.
Listen, we will only know the night of the grand final.
We'll know more come this weekend, won't we, as well? So finally then, let's get the predictions on this one. Do Warrington go to Huddersfield and win? Or do Huddersfield win and Warrington have to hope and pray that Catalan do a number on Salford? Which way are you going here?
Go on, Greg.
I am going to go Warrington 9-17 because I think they'll be angry about the Paul Vaughan decision. I think they'll be very, very angry, and I think they'll be fired up. So I'm going Warrington 9-17 on the Paul Vaughan factor.
Right. I think Huddersfield beat us 9-17.
Okay. Well,
I think Schofield's gone Huddersfield 9-17. I think Warrington. I still think we'll be in the playoffs though, because I think Salford will lose against Catalan. So I still think Warrington will get to the playoffs, but I think Huddersfield, based on that win against FC and the manner in which they won it, and the likes that I think if Ian Watson just takes the flipping shackles off and says to him, just go out and play rugby league, lads, and go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
in the face.
That's what happened against Hull. They took the shackles off.
Oh, he's going to do.
Yeah, they beat Warrington because what you saw Huddersfield do against Hull FC. They just went and played rugby league with a smile on the face. Warrington at the moment have got the weight of expectation on the shoulders, and I just think no Vaughan. We know that Huddersfield's got a good pack. If the game went on for an extra 5-10 minutes when they came to our place to beat us, I just think Huddersfield will go. They'll play some expansive rugby league. They'll do us, but we'll still go to the playoffs through the back door. Because Salford will lose to Catalan.
I just think Warrington will be very, very angry.
Could work against
what's going on this week. Could do, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
I'm with you, Dave, only because of this year. The main back at the very beginning of the season when we played you guys, there was two factors that had the difference between the game, and that was Paul Vaughan and McKaylee. Well, Paul Vaughan most likely ain't going to be playing.
No, he's out. Unless Warrington appeal it, which I think they will. I think they'll do a St. Ellington and appeal the appeal.
But the knowing the difference is Saints get it sometimes, and Warrington won't. That's the
Agreed.
But then, I think that Watson's going to give them free roam to do what they want and just play some nice rugby. And I don't think it'll be 9-17. I'm thinking 1-8, but I do think that we're going to win it.